Get up, rolling on. The next stop is Soldier Field, and the two most exciting words in pro football. Justin Fields.
Do you have a quarterback that can go above the X's and O's? When the defense wins the reps, are you special enough to make it? Absolutely, this kid answers that yes, and then taking the soul, running through two dudes in Detroit's defense.
10 up at the half, Bears and Lions. Third quarter, Fields rolling. He's finding something with his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Third time they ran this kind of action where Kmet was actually running the corner route. This time he fakes to the corner and goes to the post, wide open touchdown.
Fourth quarter, however, Fields would make the one huge mistake. His old college teammate, Jeff Okudah.
They're trying to get the tight end screen, Greeny, and this is one of those moments you got to learn from. Like, okay, defense, you want it. Don't put the ball in harm's way. If you're going to throw it away, make sure it's clear. Justin's got to learn from that moment.
That ties it at 24, but on the ensuing drive, third down, oh my goodness.
Man coverage, everybody steps down. This is the second week in a row that this young man has got a 60-yard touchdown run, and nobody on the defense has touched him.
However,
that's outrageous.
The Bears would miss the extra point, so the lead is only 6, and that would set up Tom Kennedy.
Listen, Tom Kennedy is the guy that stepped in, made huge plays, and look how physical he finishes this run. These are the things that you love about people.
Jamal Williams takes it in. Lions take the 1-point lead. Justin Fields' final chance.
Yeah, Greeny, just the fact that he gets away from like 9 people. I love the ending from Justin, though, because as he goes down, he gets up and throws the ball. You can see like that competitiveness within inside of him.
Look, you said that this situation in Chicago, they lose the game 31-30, as you see, that the situation in Chicago before the season was the worst you'd ever seen for a young quarterback. Where are they now?
I also said this, Greeny, that if Justin was somehow able to overcome it, he would be in the MVP conversation. I do not think that's an outrageous statement. I honestly believe Justin's play is going to warrant him getting into that conversation. Now, he is not going to win it with the way that Tua's playing and Patrick and all that stuff, but he has been so remarkable over this last month that you sit there and say that player, if he was on a team that was going to win more, would be in the MVP conversation. You want to talk about developing as a pocket passer. I want to leave. No, I don't want to leave. Can't. Now I have to, and can you go make something happen? The direction of the receivers down the field, like that's the perfect example of becoming a pocket passer to becoming a talented player. Here it is again. Reset. Don't leave just because you can, Justin. Hang, and deliver another perfect ball. Those are the things for me that will stand out because as great as a talent as he is, it'll all come back to can you develop? And that first clip for me is so special, guys, because like, I always say this about the athletic guys. Don't leave just because you can. You know, like don't leave because you have to. And that's the perfect example of I could leave, don't, and then I had to make a play.
What are we seeing right now in a young Justin Fields who in the last month has just electrified the NFL?
Well, we're actually seeing a guy that has had the highest ceiling, we talked about it, of anybody in that draft class. All the quarterbacks. Trevor, Lawrence, all those guys included. This guy's ceiling is unbelievable. And guess what? He's starting to reach it. And here's the amazing stat. You mentioned that he has 2 60-yard touchdown runs back-to-back weeks. There was a decent running back named Walter Payton.
Yeah.
I heard of him.
He had 2 60-yard runs in his entire career.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing. I call this guy the future. Justin the Future Fields.
I like it.
Because this dude is going to be a freak.
Well, I think one thing, and I said it last week, Lou Getsy, you have to give him credit because what he realized was what Matt Nagy couldn't figure out last year was that this dude has special traits and we need to build our offense around those special traits. And he's continuing to make him a football player. You asked earlier, why would Josh Allen go try to make a tackle? Because he's a football player, and that's what we're seeing from Justin Fields. Dan mentioned his competitiveness. I believe the change in the way that he's been coached, the change in the way that this team is playing offense is making him more competitive. It's making him want it more. It's letting him understand that this offense is going to go how you go. And he's not just worried about how he plays individually. He's worried about how does my individual play affect wins, and that's what you want from your quarterback.
In the last month in the NFL, the Chicago Bears lead the NFL in scoring. What?
That's crazy. Like, I didn't even know.
That shows, and again, I'm not trying to
amazing.
kill their offensive players.
my
I'm not.
God.
They got some deep, but like the fact that they're leading the NFL, he's got more touchdowns in the last 3 weeks than anybody in the league.
Dan, you won't kill those players? I will. That offensive line is horrendous, and their receivers, they got Mooney's okay. It'd be a third receiver.
I undervalued two
on a
things in
good
this
team.
situation when I said that stuff in the offseason.
Yeah.
Number one, the coaches, Luke Getsy and Andrew Janocko, are better than I thought, and so is Justin Fields.
Yeah, meaning as opposed to last year, Matt Nagy wants a three-step drop and get the ball out of his hands from Justin Fields. Not so good. All right, let me run the hurry up through a bunch of other things. Dan, Patrick Mahomes, he's pretty good too. They roll over Jacksonville yesterday. Is the AFC path through Kansas City?
It's there at Buffalo, Greeny, absolutely. You saw the ball distribution aspect of this offense. You really can't play man against it. One, because Patrick's doing such a good job of using his legs. They scored 2 touchdowns yesterday when Travis Kelce wasn't even on the field. That's the perfect definition of what this offense has become. Who you want to stop because you don't got enough people.
RC, the Titans beat the Broncos, sort of an ugly game. Russell Wilson picked off at the end. What?
Well, first is this. The Titans defense is a lot better than we're giving them credit for.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson is still Denver Russell Wilson. And we just have to understand they're not going to score points. He's not going to change who they are. And if you're the Titans, you're consistently winning and constantly becoming a better team. This is a huge team win for them and another black eye for Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos offense.
Rex, the Giants are 7-2. What do we say about them?
I say coaching makes a difference. And by the way, Saquon Barkley, there's a reason why he was taken 2nd overall. And there's a reason why Daniel Jones was taken 6th overall. Thank you very much. Pay the man. Pay the man. Hey, look at him hand off to Saquon. Brian Daboll, to me, coach of the year. Daniel Jones is playing his tail off. 13 of 19 passing with 2 drops in a game. Daniel Jones, keep going. Proving me right, my friend.
Yo, no one tracks drops more than you do for Daniel Jones.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
And anyone who said last week Saquon should be in the MVP conversation suddenly doesn't sound like such an idiot anymore. We are back, and the day began for all of us in Germany yesterday. Bucks, and see this one to me.
Well, this is what we do in Louisiana. We do not breed quarterbacks. That's why we got Joe Burrow to transfer, baby. Tom Brady with a great trip. I've seen Tom Brady on 2 routes. There was a drop and a trip.
That's how you tackle on the pitch.
But Geno Smith on the ensuing possession, this is the biggest play of the game.
Play of the game. I mean, you got 2nd and goal, and Geno Smith's going to have the opportunity to make it a 1-score. Devin White's speed changes it.
Now we're going back the other way. RC, this ever happened to you right
Don't do it to my dog.
Hell yeah, it happened to everybody. I just hate it happen to my dog Q Diggs. Sometimes when you get in the open field, that stiff arm is a menace, and Derrick Henry would even be proud of this one.
Rashad White with the throw away
ASU.
Later in the drive, Brady, Godwin looking to put it away.
Yeah, really getting to like number 3 or number 4 in the progression. Sets to the right, comes back. Face mask are higher, waist are lower on the throw.
Up 21-9, looking to put the game away. What?
Right, you don't throw it to the guys in the other color jerseys. Great tackle.
Julio Jones. But there's a reel of Julio Jones tackles.
4th and 1 now. Geno gotta have it. How about this throw?
How about that
throw
throw?
catch.
Goodwin, just a beautiful job on the run. Must have it right. 4th down. Great placement.
A couple of my former players, they didn't do that for me.
Here's Rashad White doing it for 18 yards to ice the game. Brady and the Bucks get back-to-back wins. 21-16 wasn't always pretty. Tampa Tom, what?
That was one of the great experiences I've ever had. The best part is winning the game and feeling like we made some improvements, and we have a bye week now, so we can take a little bit of time to refresh and get ready to, make a big push and figure out kind of some of the things we haven't done well the first 10 weeks of the year and see how we can get better.
So, Rex, last week you said he looked 10 years younger standing at that podium. How did he look to you yesterday?
He looked 5 years, only 5 years younger since that one, but huge win right here. And it's funny because we talk about how that's old school. They getting the guy underneath and they run the football. 44 rushing attempts for Tampa. And what happens, there's no better play-action quarterback in the National Football League than Tom Brady. Yeah. Dano, great job of using the tape on showing the 7-man protection. Yeah. And that's what you do, and that allows you on that play-action game. That's what it does. And look at the separation his receivers had, and it looked like vintage Tom Brady. Guys, here's the stat that he's the best in the league, a QBR of 84. when he's in play action game
Yeah.
and only 50 in dropback. So to me, it's like that is a formula moving forward.
Let's show the tape. He's referring to the. Go ahead, hit the tape.
And the reason why it matters is it helps the guys downfield get open a little bit more. Tom sees it really well. But the problem with this offense is they haven't protected him. So you got 2 backs in the game, 5 offensive linemen. So now this is your 7-man protection underneath, and you play action pass. Look at this pocket. Now Brady has the ability to place the ball wherever he wants. Yeah. Throws it into a really small window to Mike Evans. Beautiful throw with that 7-man protection. Again, under center, bunch up top. Now I'm going to have the tight end and the back as part of it. Another clean pocket. He can quickly see Godwin with that second level widen, and he rips that little breaking in route. Beautiful job. Again, that condensed split by the tight end. Back is part of it. 7-man protection. You want to throw from this? A lot of guys are going to do darn well. Not only the greatest ever, he throws it. Scott, Scotty.
I see you, Scotty.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, again, this isn't stuff there that you're reinventing football. Tom, this offense needs to live in that. And this is where I'm going to let you go because I'm going to push back on what I believe you're about to say.
What are you about to say?
First off, don't act like we didn't have a production meeting, Daniel, and you're not just trying to set me up like Nina does all the time. I'm gonna wait because I think I have. But the thing is, like, if you're watching this game and you're in the NFC, you're going, God dang it. They might have figured it out, right? Yeah. You've been hoping that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers continued to run their head into a wall. They didn't. First move you make is you start Rachaad White. He gets the first carry. You have some young exuberance, right? You have a guy who's hitting a hole, getting explosive plays, and you have an offensive line. You kept speaking about the way that they protected Tom Brady. Offensive linemen are nasty dudes. Ooh. They the type of dudes that go into the shower in the away locker room without slippers on.
I don't wear shower shoes ever
because you're disgusting. And so if you think about them, they started road grading first, right? They got in the game, they got physical, and then it's easy to protect Tom Brady. Now we're getting to play. Byron Leftwich and this team has tried to run the football. It's not like they didn't want to run the football. Yesterday they were able to, and if this team continues to figure that out, play the way they did on defense, Devin White, 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, forced fumble, 2 sacks. That was the Devin White that they won a Super Bowl with. They do that, nobody wants to see him because 12 is still the quarterback.
Yeah, 2 things right there. I piggyback right off of that. If they're going to play defense like that, now they're going to be serious contenders in the NFC. The other thing is, if you're not going to wear shower shoes, Dr. Scholl's, guys, make sure you put the Dr. Scholl's on there.
Rex, now you're playing directly into his area of expertise.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. Very quickly, Dan, were you going to disagree with something? Because I would love to show the Scotty. You know what? Let's just have a moment here.
Scotty Miller.
Can I just say something? This happened last week. And it happened again yesterday.
Dude.
And I don't know that I can explain it. But this was yesterday. This is Brady. This is Scotty. He should walk into the end zone. Inexplicably, he's jumping. I don't know. What's he jumping around?
Well, one, he's not very tall, guys.
This is what
Scotty Miller is short.
Thing. What is he jumping for?
Because he's tiny.
No, because
he's got no confidence.
Why is he jumping?
This is what our people do.
No, white man can't jump.
Can't jump.
Didn't you see the movie?
So that's not what you people do.
But we think we can.
I got to tell
you guys shoot 3-pointers.
Randy Moss. I'm watching this game with Randy.
What did Randy say?
Randy's like, Rex, he's trying to protect himself. I go, from who? There's nobody within 20 yards of the
But
guy.
you know what's crazy, though? When you look at guys like Jamar, Odell, and people like that, they actually catch with their hands to a fault sometimes. And now Scotty Miller is the guy who's like, you know what? I'm so scared of these, I'm just going to let it keep hitting me between the 1 and the 0.
That might be the funniest graphic we've ever put up. Scotty Miller is a master of the jump. I don't think that's
I'm not
making the
laughing,
point we
Scotty.
think it's